Well, after exploring some waters recently, I finally gave in to the frustration, and today I've bought a fishing rod. I've come back to the Offord and Buckton waters, and I've walked round to the mill stream. I haven't started fishing yet. Bit of a shock when I arrived. There was a lot of cars in the car park, so I was a bit worried really, but I don't know where they all are. They're not around here. Left my rod rest in the car, and I can't walk back and get it, so I'm going to have to improvise a bit. That's the problem when you haven't been fishing for a while. You forget the routine a bit. Anyway, I'm here. I'll probably use the head cam to record the rest of this rather than setting up the video, but I'll see how I go. Not sure I'm going to catch anything, but it's just good to be back on the riverbank. Just got to be a bit careful though. Anyway, we'll see how we go. It was a bit of a last minute decision this to come out today, and I didn't have really any bait, so I've improvised a bit. I had some cheese paste which has been in the freezer for probably over 6 months, so I brought that along. Took some bread out of the loaf in the cupboard, which is our loaf for normal eating, so it's unfortunately it's brown seedy, which not the normal thing to use for fishing, but I bought a few slices just in case, and I managed to find about a dozen worms in the garden, so I popped those in as well. So I'm not too sure about worms here because the eels can be a problem, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, I'll start off with the cheese paste. I'm sitting a fair way back from the stream because in my present state of dodgy hip, or recovering hip, let's be fair. I don't want to get too near the edge. So let's see what we can get. That wasn't a particularly good cast. Need to be a bit further over towards the middle of the stream. And I'll leave it there just in case. That was a little tap. Normally if there's a chub around and they're interested, you don't have to wait too long. I may try and put it a bit in the middle of the stream. Bit of stream of weed on there. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but these trees seem a lot lower over the water than the last time I fished here. I need to get over a bit more, but I'm frightened of getting snagged. Yeah, just like that. Well, that wasn't a very auspicious start. Fortunately, I only lost the hook in the tree, but it wasn't a very good start really. That was only the second cast, and I lost the hook and I lost the stop on the line for the lead. Now there's something banging on there. Yeah, I think we're in. Jeez, yes, and he seems like a good fish. Jeez, he's trying desperately to get in those reeds. Oh, yeah. As I said before, if there's a chub in the area, normally I've got to be really careful here. If there's a chub in the area, they usually don't hang around. Yeah. Well, that was a good start. Yeah, not massive, but very welcome. I still need a little bit of help from my walking stick. Right, I know he's not on a map, but it's a very soft piece of grass, so let's hope he's I may need the sort of hooked just inside the lip. Okay. Yeah. Right, I might put him back a little bit further down, just in case there's another one here. Oh well. It's been a long time coming, but back on the river and a pretty good start. I'll put another bait out here, but normally you don't get more than one from a spot, so I'll probably move along a bit, but we'll have one more go here. The rig is fairly simple. This is a Corum 12-foot multi-feeder, that's what they call it. I bought it quite a few years ago. It was on sale in a Peterborough tackle shop. It was on a reduced price. And it comes with 2 top sections rather than quiver tops. And this one is obviously the sensitive quiver top. You can just about see perhaps the green top on it. And there's another section which is a little bit thicker, so a little bit more oomph in it. But this is fantastic for rod top indication. I'm using the Shimano 5000 RE bait runner. Not that I really need a bait runner for this sort of fishing, but I always find they're useful because it's great to be able to just flick the switch and pull a bit of the line out. And the sort of terminal rig is pretty straightforward, really. It's a little sliding bead with a clip and a stop on the line, one of those neoprene stops. And you can add or remove the swan shot on that little link. And 6-pound line through to a number 8 hook. So that's it, really. Fairly straightforward. Okay, that first fish, by the way, was on a big knob of cheese paste, which has survived its 6 months in the freezer quite well, really. And I've put another knob out. As I say, I'm not over expectant to get a second fish because there was a fair bit of disturbance with that one, but we'll just give it a go, and if not, I'll move up to the next spot. I decided to come to the mill stream today. I had explored what I called the triangle last week when I did the sort of walk around, but I decided coming here I'd probably fish one spot or a number of spots, you know, sit for not too long, because sitting's not very good for me at the moment. So rather than go somewhere where I'd be sitting for a couple of hours in one spot on the main river, I decided to come to this stream and sort of walk along and just plop in. And then once I'd exhausted all the spots, I would. That looks like it might be another pull. Which, yeah, it is. Name it out. Oh, this one feels bigger. I think I might have found it. No, I don't think so. Well, that surprised me. I didn't expect to get 2 chub out of one spot. And this one looks bigger. He's not fighting very well. He was like a solid lump when I first hooked him, but he's now sort of giving in gracefully. Yeah, it's strange, but he's a fairly nice fish. Oh, he's now decided that he's not happy, but way, yeah, that is. I think we may weigh that one. That is a beefy chub. really thick body, not long, but as I say, he sort of gave in a bit easy. Oh, the hook's come out. I was a bit lucky. Right, let's just quickly weigh this fish before I put it back, because it's a nice fish. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Yeah, you weren't fighting much in the river, were you? But you now decided to go bananas. In one of my earlier videos, I mentioned this net I bought for river fishing, because the one I had before, which was more for lakes, was a bit too heavy when you were putting it in the stream and getting in a mess here again. So I bought this one, which has the other advantage that it's a lot lighter. Well, that's showing 4.1, but the net weighs about, I think, about half a pound. So that is a nice chub. Yeah, okay, I'm going to put you back. That is a nice chub. Well, I just weighed the net, the wet net. I thought it was about half a pound, but in fact it weighed at 0.7. So that last fish in the net was 4.1, which makes it 3.4. So just a shade under 3.5 pounds, which I think is probably the best chub I've had out of here. Well, I'm going to have another lob. I've taken 2 out of here. It'd be quite remarkable if I take 3, but while you're winning, as they say, we'll see what happens. I must admit the bites are a bit tentative. They're certainly not the whack around that you often expect to get from a chub. Certainly a positive pull after a few sort of tremors, which gives you a bit of a warning that something's coming, which is useful. But the actual take is, you know, probably moves the rod. Well, you may have been able to see it, but probably moved the rod tip not much more than an inch or so. And it's quite a sensitive top on this rod, so they're certainly not smashing into the bait. There's another tremor. I'd be absolutely amazed if I catch another chub out of this spot. There are, of course, dace and probably roach as well. I've caught dace out of here, but not roach. But there are other things that may be taking an interest. I think I might be being a bit optimistic if I'm honest with myself. I'll take 3 chub out of one spot. That was definitely a pull. I was a bit slow, I couldn't believe it at first, but it was definitely a pull. Right, so we will carry on. I'm going to run out of cheese paste it is, right? As I say, I put the bait together at fairly short notice because It was a last minute decision to come out today. I was sort of sitting on the fence a bit whether I ought to or not, and I put a slightly smaller bit on, eke out the bait a bit. As I say, I've got a few worms and I've got some brown seedy bread. I'm not quite sure how that'll work, but if we really run out of everything. Chub are pretty well known for eating almost anything, so oh, that was a better cast. That's probably the best cast I've had today. Look at that, something hitting it already. It's unbelievable. Only a tap though. Well, I've moved literally just a few yards upstream, but I'm not sure about this spot. Well, I'm sure it might hold chub, but I'm not sure I'll actually get them out, or it out, if I hook one, but I'll give it a go. As I said a bit earlier, these trees on the other side, from my memory of last being here, they weren't low down like this. And the fishability of this section of the stream is certainly a bit more difficult now than it was. So if I just drop it in there, it's probably going to end in disaster, this, but no, that wasn't right. That's it. Oh, it's in the tree. That was always going to be a risk. Oh, now the bloody nettles. I'm not sure now, after all that fussing about. It's the wind is blowing the line into the tree, that's the trouble. Yeah, I'm not actually sure that bait's in the right place after all that faffing around. I'll have one more go, but this is a bit dodgy. Just trying to keep the... no. That's good. No, so is the lines. Right. No, it doesn't look like there's anything doing. Caught up in the nettles again now. That's the trouble with fishing these sort of places. There's a lot of snags. Oh, well, that didn't work, but still, it's worth a try. I've moved up to the head of the mill stream. You can see the weir over there and the water coming down into the mill stream. Fished here before and I've caught a few smallish chub. In fact, I had one that was quite a decent one. I'll give the swim I was in at the start a rest while I'm here. As I say, this has produced in the past, so it's worth a try. Yeah, I'm going to regret leaving my rod rest in the car, but we'll have to see. Yeah, that's the one. Let's see what we get over there. Is this a fish? Yeah. I thought it was a snag at first. I thought it was just the weight rolling across the stream. But I think we have a fish. Golly. It feels quite heavy. Ah. This doesn't look like a chub. Pike. Jesus. Ah, that's sort of buggered up the swim. Ah, I'm probably taking the hook as well now. Aye, 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 aye. Oh no, he didn't take the hook, but he got off. So, pike on cheese paste. Can't be bad, can it? Well, after the pike episode back there, I decided to come back to the first spot, which perhaps may have recovered a bit. The more I think about it, the pike probably didn't take cheese paste, it probably took a chublet that I had hooked. But who knows, but the commotion and that was such that I didn't get any more touches, and so I've come back here and got my line all tangled around the reel now, which is not good. I'll give this about 20 minutes and then perhaps move up to the big pool by the bridge, give that a go, and then I'm going to call it a day, because this is my first outing. Oh. I didn't think I had something on then, there was no resistance, but then all of a sudden, yeah. Couldn't feel anything at first. It's a diddy chub, I think. Maybe that's what was knocking at the yeah. I think the hook may have come out. Yeah, it's definitely a chub. Yeah. A little diddy one. A big bit of cheese paste though. Right, we're putting back in, and I'm not sure what's happened to the line. It's here somewhere. It's in the net. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, we're up by the road bridge now, and I've caught chub here before, only a couple, but nothing big. But it's a bit of an interesting swim, really. There's that fast flow on the far side. I think it's a matter of getting in the crease between the flow and the slack of water. But on one occasion, I caught a fish here, and I didn't even know it was on. I just lifted the rod and it was there. So I'm actually touch ledgering at the moment. See if I can feel the bites. Ah, there we go. I don't know what it is. It's giving a little struggle. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is a chub. Yeah. big chub, but a chub. Nice, a little bit round. Yep. Well, little fella. Okay, this is definitely the last cast. I keep saying that, but so if you got this far, thanks for watching. As I say, this is my first day back fishing since May, and in fact river fishing is longer than that, so it's good to be back, and it was great to catch a few fish. So and I feel a bit more confident now. I was a bit worried about coming out this morning because I didn't know how my recently replaced hip would play up, but it's behaving itself. I'm obviously getting stronger by the day, so yeah, so it's been quite a good day really, or quite a good 2.5 hours so far. But I will be packing up now, so if you, as I say, if you've watched this far, thank you very much, and I'll no doubt be back somewhere, perhaps here, perhaps somewhere else, and until then, it's as usual, bye for now, and cheers.